Hi, everybody. Welcome to my podcast. This is E12 Life. And in this episode, I want to talk about, my way of writing music, and let's talk about it. Now, when I definitely do write music, I definitely do write a couple of songs on the go, or I write a couple of songs when I'm at home, or wherever I'm at, I definitely do write songs, and I also look for that great beat. I always look for that great beat because when I put my voice on a song, I definitely want it to definitely sound good and go together, because when I do a song, I want it to sound great, and I want it to, when I create music, I want it to be something that people feel, and they love, and when they hear that sound, they know, when they hear that song, they know. And I want it to always be a part of doing great music, I definitely do write from the heart. So all my music comes straight from the heart and how I feel. It comes from everything that I go through. I definitely do write music when I hear about other people and other stories. I kind of put myself in their shoes and just write an amazing story. You know what I'm saying? I put myself in that category. If they're going through a broken heart, I put myself in that broken heart, and I wonder to myself, what if I was in this situation? How would I write it? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I do it. And when I used to, write for my homegirls and stuff like that, they used to go through things in their life, and I used to just, write music for them, and, they used to love it, So, they was continue, doing music and stuff like that. People are gonna love it, and, and I did that when I was in, I started writing music when I was 14 years old, I started writing music when I was 14 years old. I started doing music at that same time. When I was writing music, I started recording. I did my first, song, on a tape recorder. I had a beat playing, on a boombox at the time, and I had a tape recorder, and I used to play that beat at the same time, and I pressed record on the tape recorder, and then, I record myself, rapping, and just I had that piece of paper in one hand, and I had the tape recorder in the other, and I would just read my lyrics and just do it just like that. And I used to just play the tape over again, and I was like, wow, this is me actually just really recording it before I even got on a computer to really record and use a software and stuff like that. Now, my first time actually recording, on a computer and actually using an actual software, I actually started my first time recording basically when I was pretty much 18 years old. I was 18 at the time, and I had my first laptop. I had got me a mic. I had the software and everything. I bought the program, and I had some great beats and stuff like that, and I just started just recording. And I remember my first time recording. I was in my room, I had my closet, and I had the microphone and everything set up, and I was just, recording, I just love the way that I actually did music, So that was just my moment right there, just recording and just the inspiration of music. And I loved the way I did write poetry and songs. I love telling a great story when it comes to music, because I definitely want people to relate, to my music and just get that type of feel of my music and say, hey, this is something that I've gone through, or this is something that I can definitely relate to. And I just don't want to do songs that people can't relate to or feel, And I just love the fact that when I do a great song or when I write, I want people to understand, what I'm giving them and the masterpiece of the situation, and I just want people to really I'm surprised of the feeling and how much work I put into it. So I want to say, shout out to all of the writers out there. If you write music, You write stories, you know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all. And I want to say shout out to all the new school people, you know what I'm saying? All the new kids, boys and girls that's growing up writing music and writing stories. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all. Keep on continue writing because your work is going to be amazing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's definitely going to love it and whatnot because I wrote a bunch of stuff that people loved and I always kept continue doing it. And that was my goal. You know, I kept doing it. I kept bringing on that goal and just letting people hear my music and love it. That what keeps me going at the end of the day, that I know that I can surprise people with the music that I write and the gift that I have. You know, I keep it going. And I definitely want to thank God, man. I want to thank God and, you know, for blessing me to actually, you know what I'm saying, do multiple things in my life, you know. But just writing is that tool that I know a lot of people out there, you know, me personally, any chance I get, I'm always writing something down, you know. I'm always keeping notes in my phone now. You know, I do all my recording now on my device, you know, which is on my phone. I've been doing recordings on computers, you know what I'm saying? I actually did it on my phone, tablet. So I actually recorded on a tablet before. So I did most of my recordings on tablets, phones and stuff like that. So, you know, any chance I can get to actually record, you just need a great microphone and stuff like that. But just writing in general brings out that great sound. So once you have a great story in writing, you're good, you know, you're really, really good. And I definitely do like bringing that art to people, you know, my good writing, you know, and giving that great story every time that I write, you know, and that's what keeps me going. At the end of the day, that somebody loves it and they enjoy, you know, seeing the words and, you know, they just, you know, they get emotional and touched by it. You know, that kind of makes me happy and puts me in a more creative space to know that, you know, I have the gift to touch people in that right type of direction. You know what I'm saying? That people can just read it and just start crying or, you know, or just say, hey, you know, like this is beautiful. This is great. I love this writing. I love the way that you put the words together. Like this is you. And the fact that they can put themselves in that situation and know that, wow, you know, I love it, you know. And I love seeing other people's creative work too, you know what I'm saying? I love seeing people's ways of writing. You know, I love the way that other people tell stories too and their writing and music, you know. And we're all in this world right now writing music. It doesn't matter if we're famous or we're not famous. Everybody out there is writing some type of music, you know. We're again people writing music all around the world. We got underground, you know what I'm saying, writers, you know, it's a bunch of us out here, you know what I'm saying. I know some people have like books of writing that they have sitting that, wow, they probably go back and go read some of that stuff and be like, wow, I can't believe I even wrote that, you know what I'm saying. But it was just a moment in time that you definitely did wrote it. And I used to keep a lot of books, you know. Now I just keep a lot of notes, you know, in my devices, you know, and I could just go back and read them and just like, hey, that was a song that I wrote and I was happy about it. And that was just something that I was going through